Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and today we need to talk about Milepost Zero. And if you haven't played it, don't worry, I don't think there's really anything you could spoil from it. At least story-wise, there's not much of a story here. Alright, I'm just going to level with you. But, if for some reason you don't want to hear anything about Milepost Zero, probably best to hop out right now. Of course, why you clicked on a Milepost Zero video if you didn't want to see it, I don't know. It's freaking weird. But let's continue on. So the first thing about Milepost Walking Simulator Babysitter Edition is it's pretty plain and simple. You're going to take a caravan mission. You're going to go babysit your Brahmin. You're going to follow it down the road, spending probably more time running than doing anything else. On occasion, your Brahmin will do some weird pathing and run off the road, and I've even had it get stuck, but thank goodness it eventually teleported. Now, eventually you will get to fight some enemies here and there, which is nice. Doesn't seem to be any sort of like guarantee that you're going to run into legendary enemies or anything like that, but you will quickly notice that there is just loot all over the road from enemies that have, despawned, but the loot stayed behind. Now, I will say, one of the most annoying things about this is when you actually complete it. Not so much if you're the one who's running it, but if you are going out there to help somebody else. Because the rewards are absolute garbage. I mean, abysmal. Like, I can't stress enough how bad your reward for going out of your way and helping somebody else is. It is hot garbage. So you're going to get, I think it was like a few stim packs, a tiny bit of ammo, and then you're going to get like somewhere, I want to say between like 1 and 4 maybe, pieces of supplies, which is effectively nothing. I know every time I've ran and helped someone, I've got 1, but I had someone help me, and I messaged them, asked them, well, how many did you get? And they said 4, but that may have been a bug. So, at least every time I've done it, I got 1. Now, I haven't hired everybody yet, but I will show you the people I have hired. Obviously, I didn't hire the decorator or the ammo person yet. They are kind of expensive, but I should have them knocked out probably within a day or so. Now, I will say this much. If you go in and you're going to hire your first person, maybe don't hire the Brahmin Tamer. Because that just felt like an absolute waste. Because everything through her requires a boatload of supplies, and all it does is buff your Brahmin, which after running a few of the hardest difficulty ones doesn't really seem like an absolute necessity. So unless you really think you need that Brahmin Tamer, I would probably aim for the Brahmin Tamer last. Now, let's go check out the merchant trader person that you can hire. Now, this one does cost you 150 supplies, but I think it's going to be probably the first choice for camp builders. I know it would be my first choice had I not, gotten the Brahmin Tamer first like a moron. But at least everything here deals with caps rather than supplies, so that is a nice touch. On a side note, I did notice from running these missions that I've been getting snow globe plans, more specifically the exact same snow globe plan over and over, and they're non-tradable. I've been getting them after I've already read the plan, which is kind of annoying, but really it brings me to another thought entirely of why are you still giving away non-tradable crap? Especially that I can't do anything with. More to the point, this message kind of goes to the devs, or their bosses, or the boss's boss, or however high up the food chain you got to go to talk to the suit that determines, like, that we need to keep getting untradable crap jammed in our inventory, why can't you just add an account-wide stash box for us to trade stuff between our characters that is non-tradable? That is hands down one of the most requested things in 76, and we've been asking for it for a ridiculously long time. I mean, at the very least, if you're not going to add the account-wide stash box, just go ahead and get rid of non-tradable altogether. It is a horrid system that, for the most part, nobody cares about. Alright, back to Milepost yawn, bored man walking. Another weird thing is, like, when you go to launch missions, I mean, they'll be free, and then there's like a cooldown timer, but if you want to run a mission again, you gotta pay caps to run it. Which is really weird when you think about it, because you're showing up to be a guard for them, but you have to pay them to work for them, which just seems asinine. But either way, the biggest killer for this is that, you know, getting the rewards for helping somebody are just absolute trash. Like, if I run a mission on the hardest difficulty, I get 50 supplies, but you show up and help me and you only get 1 supply? That's some crap right there. There's not really any other way to put it. Then it gives you absolutely zero incentive to go help somebody. Also, on a really quick side note, I think this game, or like this new edition, would have been way better as more of a management sim where you were running this outpost. You were hiring guards to go do stuff. Would have been astronomically more fun, but I don't know. Hop down in the comments, let me know your thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.